begin tonight with the U.S. election, it is witnessing a momentous shift. There's turmoil in the Democratic Party. Their candidate Joe Biden is facing an intense pushback. Last week's debate fiasco may end his presidential bid. There are now public calls for Joe Biden to step aside. Members of his own party are building pressure. Democratic lawmakers are breaking ranks like Lloyd Doggett. He's a sitting lawmaker from Texas, and he wants Joe Biden to withdraw from the race. He's the first Democrat to issue a statement to publicly demand Biden's withdrawal. And this is significant because so far the dissent was behind closed doors. Lawmakers were speaking in hushed tones and off the record. But now they're sharing their concerns in public. Sometimes that's all it takes. One lawmaker breaks ranks and the floodgates open. So Biden is trying to contain the damage and to keep his flock together. He's on a crisis mission of sorts to save his nomination as the party's candidate and to prevent this dissent from becoming a mass movement. Once again, he has defended his disastrous debate performance. Joe Biden is now blaming his hectic travel schedule. You see, before the debate with Donald Trump, Biden had traveled to Europe, to France and Italy for official engagements, and now he says he hadn't rested enough before the debate. He says, and I'm quoting, he nearly fell asleep on the stage. That's what he's been quoted as saying. But right after that, Joe Biden committed yet another gaffe. Take a look at this.
More people die from extreme heat than floods, hurricanes, and tornadoes combined. Say that again, combined. More people die from heat than those three other major issues.
Was Biden feeling sleepy again? His teleprompter had an instruction to repeat the last sentence, perhaps for emphasis. Say that again. But instead of repeating the sentence, he read out the instruction. Now, it's hard to defend these mistakes, and the White House is having a tough time. Biden's press secretary tried to defend him yesterday.
I want to say we understand the concerns. We get it. The president did not have a great night, as you all know, and many of you reached out during the debate. The president had a cold. He had a hoarse voice. You all heard it. That's why you reached out. But I will say this, and the president said this over the past couple of days, certainly right after the debate. He knows how to do the job.
Biden, too, is trying to hammer the same message. Today, he's meeting Democratic governors. He's expected to address his health concerns. Later this week, Biden will travel to the swing states, the ones which are neither red nor blue. These states have undecided voters, and the candidate they choose usually wins the election. Now, Biden is expected to campaign hard here in these swing states. He'll also sit down for a television interview. Next week, the U.S. is hosting the NATO summit, and Joe Biden will address a press conference at that event. So basically, the U.S. president has a hectic schedule ahead, and you don't need a pundit to decode this. The president wants to show that he is healthy enough, he's fit enough to campaign hard. But it may be too late for this messaging, and I'll tell you why. The Democrats had ordered a poll to test Biden's favorability, to understand how the voters view him, especially after last week's debate, and the results of that poll have leaked. That's more bad news for Joe Biden because the Democratic poll shows that Biden is losing in key states like New Mexico, Virginia, and New Hampshire. He was earlier ahead of Donald Trump in these states, but now Donald Trump is tipped to win there. What explains this shift? Voters feel that Biden is not physically fit for another term. In fact, let me quote from that same leaked poll report. Underpinning the decline is an increase in already high concerns about the president's age and a growing split among Democrats about what should happen with his candidacy. And that's not all. The same poll found that a different candidate may have a better chance. Someone other than Joe Biden may have a better shot at beating Donald Trump. And there are a few names being tossed around, like Vice President Kamala Harris, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, California Governor Gavin Newsom, and Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitman. All these names are polling better than Joe Biden, but at this point, no one is challenging him, at least not on the record. In fact, Kamala Harris is defending President Biden.
Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again, period. I am proud to be Joe Biden's running mate. Thank you.
The election is slated for November. Switching horses this close to the race won't be an easy call. It could completely derail the Democrats. It might split the party. So if the Democrats decide to switch, they'll have to find a compelling name, someone who can excite their voter base enough and consolidate their votes, someone whom the entire party can rally behind. Can Michelle Obama do the job? That's our next story. Obviously today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect